Hi, this is Mrs. Young, your Avon High School librarian. Today I'm going to show you how to create your Google site for your political project. Your teacher should have posted this PDF for you so that you can access things and have information easily, so I'm working from that. The first thing you're going to do is you need to have a Google account. And so because we are using Google Sites, which is really easy to use, but you do have to have a Google account. So please make sure that you log into that Google account. If you don't have it, there's a spot to click there to sign up for it. And then there's a spot here to click for Access Google Sites. I also just Googled the term Google Sites and it pops up and takes me right to the Google Site page. But I'm going to click there to access it. And you'll see that I have quite a few made already, but you're going to click here where it says blank. Once you've got your blank title or your page, you're going to create your first page. So you're going to go ahead and name this whatever your political party is. Once you've gotten that part typed out, we're also going to enter the site name over here, which again, you're going to put your political party name. So you can go ahead and do those now while I'm doing this. And I want to show you one more thing, and then I'm going to let you play for a minute here. We can change the image here, this background part, so it's not just a black and white plain one. So you can either upload an image or you can select an image. So Google has a bunch of different things that you can choose from here. You can search for different images. Let's say maybe I'm doing the Green Party, and so I just wanted some shade of green that I want to do. So maybe we'll do that background, and we can hit select, and it will pop it up, and it will change it so that looks that way. It'll also change it for the make it easier to read. So at this time, I want you to go ahead and play around with this for a little bit. Notice that I can also change my text if I want to. I'm just highlighting it. I've got lots of different fonts that I can use. I can change the color of it. Play with that for just a few minutes if you want to pause the video, and then we'll come back to doing some more. Okay, well, welcome back. You can see that I've changed a few things here with this. There's also a themes tab over here on the right hand side, so that allows me to change just a little bit what I'm doing with the way the setup looks. So I'm going to pick this one here, and now we're going to get ready to create some more pages. You have certain pages that you need to add for this project, so we're going to do that together. If I click over here where it says pages on the right hand side, I'm going to be able to, I got to move this over, I'll be able to click on this plus button, and you can see right there it says new page. So I'm going to add a new page, and the first one I'm going to call candidate demographics. That's one of the pages that you need to include. This will make a new page for that, and then I'm going to create another one, and that one is going to be called platform. And I'm going to move that platform one up. I can drag and move these around pretty easily. And then I'm going to create one more that is campaign materials. And I now have my 3 pages completed that you can see over here. Also notice that it pops up at the top so that I can easily go between the different pages. Again, if I move and drag these around, it will drag it around up here as well. So I kind of want it to be in that order with platform coming first after the home page. I'm going to pause at this time, and you can go ahead and create your 3 pages. The next thing we're going to learn is how to insert information on the page. So I'm going to click up here on the Insert tab, and I want to make sure that I'm at the home page. And you can see right there I've got a text box that I can add. So when I add a text box, you can see that I can just type whatever I want. I can change it to a heading if I wanted to do that, if I wanted to be a bold section heading. I can move the font size around so that I can have different types of boxes here. So if I wanted to add another text box, I could type in there and then drag it up to this spot so I've got text side by side. You want to think about visual interest. You do not want a ton of typing on your page. So that's something that you need to keep in mind. Think about what happens when you see a web page with just like all text on the whole page. You just forget about it and you go to something else. So you want to have a good mixture of text with images, different font sizes. Do try to be consistent though. So if you have a heading, I'm going to drag this one down here again. If I have a heading, I want to keep that a certain font size and keep that the same all the way across the pages, using similar font sizes as well. So just think about the consistency with that too. I'm going to pause here because I'd like you to go ahead and create a few text boxes just so you can see how that works and move them around so you get comfortable with that. Do notice also that there are layouts over here. So those are kind of templates where there's an image and kind of a setup for you already. You may want to mess around with that a little bit too. So I'll pause for just a couple minutes here and you can play around with the adding text boxes. Okay, now we're going to try and add some images. So to add an image, we're going to click on where it says image and we're going to do the select. You can upload images, but I want you to keep in mind that everything needs to be copyright free and that we are able to use that. Since this will be a live website, we need to make sure that everything is copyright free because we don't want to violate copyright at all. You'll see these are images that I have on my Google Drive, but we're going to go ahead and do a Google image search here. So I might want to put Green Party. Let's see what comes up. These will all be copyright free that you are allowed to use in your images. So just be aware of that. I am just going to pick one of these. And once I do that, I'm going to click insert in the bottom right hand corner. It's then going to insert that onto my page for me. And I can move that around to wherever I want to put it. And on these, you don't have to cite your images because citations are not necessary on these. If you do a Google search, and when you do a Google search, you can change the copyright type. If you do that, you will need to cite your sources. Also on the library website, we have a lot of copyright-free image sources, but you do need to cite those as well. So just be aware, typically when you cite those, we can add a little caption to the bottom of this. Just do a little text box right there. And you would put your citation where the image came from. So I would put here, image from, let's say I got it from Wikimedia Commons. Nope, Pixabay is a good one. So that would be all that you need to do. And you can make that font size very small when you're citing your sources here. So maybe I pop that down to like an 8 point so it's nice and small. So go ahead, take a few minutes, play around with your images. Okay, so as you continue to work on all of your different pages, thinking about your layouts, thinking about font sizes and images that could go together, the last thing that we have to do is actually publish the site. While you've been working on this, it saves automatically, so you don't have to worry about saving it all. But it's not out there for everyone to see, so we have to go through a process called publishing. And in the upper right hand corner, you'll see where it says publish. No one else can view this site until you come up with that information. So until you publish it. So your teacher can't view it, nobody can view it until you actually publish it and give it a URL. Notice that right down here, I've got, it'll say sites.google.com, view, and then it's got the name of the site that we put in the upper left hand corner. It may not always work. So, you know, if I put Green Party, we're going to see if it says this is a great address, but it's already taken. So you might have to put, you know, AHS Green Party. Whoops. And see if that is available. Looks like that one's available. So then we would just go ahead and publish that. I'm going to just publish it so you see what happens. All right, once that is done, there's a couple things. We can do a preview and see what it's going to look like. So there's going to be the website that we just created. I think I have things on top. There we go. There's my X to get back to my page. And to share it with someone, this is the copy publish site link. So this is the copy the link, and this is what you would send to your teacher. So we went through how to access Google Sites, how to create your pages, how to add pages, how to insert text and images, and then we've talked about finishing your site. So that should be what you need to do to get this political party website started. If you do have questions, you can always send me a Schoology message. It's Robin Young, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have. Stop by the library, see me, or let me know if a lot of people need help, and I can come to your teacher's room as well. Thanks for taking the time to get your website started. Hope it all goes well.